forgivable after 5 years of the home buyer occupying the house as their primary residence. I want to encourage anybody that has interest in this or wants to share it with someone they may know to go to cobcd.com. Again, that's cobcd.com. Also want to share as we approach Birmingham High School graduations at the end of this month, May 23rd and 24th to be exact, that tomorrow, May 1st, is a big deadline for students wanting to access the resources of the Birmingham Promise. Seniors in Birmingham City Schools must complete their Birmingham Promise scholarship application by tomorrow, May 1st, to ensure they have an opportunity to attend college this fall in the state of Alabama, state universities, tuition free. May 1st is also the deadline for juniors in Birmingham City Schools to complete their applications to participate next year in the internship program. This program that you all are aware of, and thanks for your support, allows high school seniors to earn $15 an hour while gaining job experience and workplace skills. And for more information on this, for your residents, parents, grandparents, and students in your districts, please refer them to birminghampromise.org. Again, that's birminghampromise.org. As shared last week, I'd like to reiterate this week that the Magic City SIPS returns this summer. The City of Birmingham's Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity will once again host the event series called Magic City SIPS. The aim of this initiative is to highlight Birmingham's thriving hospitality industry by encouraging residents and visitors to support area restaurants and bars throughout the summer months. And it officially kicks off May 29th. It will run every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. through August 28th. And for more information on how to participate and to see the list of participating businesses, please go to magiccitysips.com. Also, as stated last week, the city will host District 9 Town Hall meeting this week. It'll be this Thursday, in conjunction with LaTonya Tate, who is the city councilor for District 9. The event, the town hall meeting will take place at 6 p.m. this Thursday at Fountain Heights Recreation Center. The address is 1101 15th Avenue West. Information about upcoming projects, initiatives, as well as the opportunity for residents to share their concerns, issues, or any questions they may have. The opportunity will be presented to them to do so at this town hall meeting. Also, next week, Thursday, May 9th, in conjunction with Councilor Carol Clark, who represents District 8, there will be a town hall meeting for District 8 at the Birmingham Crossplex, and that address is 2340 Crossplex Boulevard. That town hall will also start at 6 p.m. So again, this Thursday, May 2nd, town hall meeting for residents in District 9 at Fountain Heights Recreation Center. And next Thursday, May 9th, with District 8, with Councilor Carol Clark at the Birmingham Crossplex. Just a weekly note regarding our uniform cart delivery. As a weekly reminder, all single-family residents are now under the same uniform cart system. If you have any questions or concerns, please go to birminghamal.gov/pickup. Now at this time, I want to do a proclamation related to the Historic Preservation Week. In that regard, I would like to ask Hannah Garman, who is the Historic Preservation Manager in the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits, as well as Carla Culvert, Urban Design Administrator in PEP, and any of their team members who would like to join them to join me at the podium. Council, as you know, the city of Birmingham has a rich history that spans more than 2 centuries. And historic preservation is essential to the city's culture and economic vitality. The city of Birmingham established a historic preservation program within the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits, which is dedicated to preserving the city's historic landmarks, neighborhoods, and districts. May begins the National Preservation Month, and today we would like to celebrate the preservation work of our city with a special proclamation that I'll read in part. it states, whereas the City of Birmingham is committed to bringing awareness and education to the value and benefits of historic preservation and to highlighting the many facets of historic preservation program. And whereas to mark this occasion, the City of Birmingham Historic Preservation staff has developed a month-long itinerary of events, including 2 historic walking tours and a historic preservation lecture series. And whereas during the month, the City of Birmingham will celebrate the efforts of those who work tirelessly to preserve our city's heritage and recognize the importance of historic preservation. Now, therefore, I, excuse me, Randall L. Woodfin, Mayor of the City of Birmingham, along with the Birmingham City Council, do hereby proclaim May 2024 as Historic Preservation Month in the City of Birmingham and call upon the people of Birmingham to engage in the events hosted for the public about historic preservation. And at this time, I would like Hannah to share a few more remarks related to this week as well as what this month means.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hannah Garman, and I serve as the Historic Preservation Manager for the city. During the month of May, various cities throughout the nation will be observing Preservation Month. This year's National Preservation Month theme is People Saving Places. It is a national high five to everyone doing the great work of saving places in big and small ways and inspiring others to do the same. This month, there will be 3 historic walking tours, one on Thursday, May 9th at historic Vulcan Park, one on Wednesday, May 15th at historic Birmingham Civil Rights National Monument and the 4th Avenue Business District, and Wednesday, May 29th, a historic walking tour of Avondale Park featuring the Villa and then the 41st Street revitalization. We will also have Historic Preservation Education Lecture Series this year. On May 7th, we will be going over the City of Birmingham's Historic Preservation Program. On May 14th, we'll have a historic wood rehabilitation window workshop with Marvin Windows. And on May 21st, we'll have a historic Alabama architecture lecture featuring historic buildings from around Birmingham. We're also offering 2 trainings this year. The first is on May 23rd, and it's for realtors, and it's navigating the City of Birmingham's design review process, tips for realtors. And then we'll do the same thing on May 28th, but for contractors. Tomorrow, we're also hosting a special kickoff event here at City Hall, and it's a celebration of over 30 years of service for the Birmingham Historical Commission. This event will feature a chat with 2 of the long-standing members and learn a little bit about historic preservation in Birmingham. The city looks forward to hosting these educational events and to bring greater awareness to our historic preservation program that serves the citizens of Birmingham. If anyone is interested in more information, you can reach out to the department or contact me, and we'll be happy to share that. We also have a really nice program with a little bit more information about the programs we're having this month, and then be on the lookout for our posters that will be hanging around town. Thank you all, and we really appreciate it.
Mr. President, I'd like to ask a question before they get away. Will all this information be on the city's website?
Yes, ma'am, it is. We are updating the link this morning, and all of these events are free and open to the public. They start at noon, so you can bring your lunch with you. The Civil Rights Tour will be a little bit longer. We're hoping to spend 2 hours there.
Great, thank you. I think that this program sounds excellent.
Thank you.
And thank you for pulling it together.
Thank you. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mr. President and Council, at this time, I would want to share and present one more proclamation, as well as ask your colleague, President of the Council, Representative of District 5, Darrell Quinn, to come down, as well as Cornell Wesley, Director of the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, and his team to come in to join us as we present this proclamation in regards to Small Business Week. Good morning, everyone. The City of Birmingham recognizes the vital role, the very important role that small businesses play in our community, driving innovation as well as fostering economic growth and creating opportunities for all residents. If you were unaware, this week is National Small Business Week. And IEO is hosting a series of free educational events each day through Saturday, May 6th. And so in honor of this week and the work of IEO, the work IEO does to support our small businesses, I would like to present a special proclamation that I'll read in part. And it states, whereas the Office of Business Diversity and Opportunity, powered by the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, is dedicated to supporting and empowering small businesses, ensuring that they have access to resources, mentorship, and opportunities for success. Whereas the 2024 Small Business Week, organized by the Office of Business Diversity and Opportunity, serves as a platform to celebrate the contributions of small businesses to our city and to highlight the importance of entrepreneurship in building a thriving and inclusive economy. And whereas throughout Small Business Week, a series of events, workshops, and networking opportunities will be held to provide small business owners with valuable tools, insights, and connections to help them grow and thrive in today's competitive landscape. Now, therefore, I, Randall L. Woodfin, Mayor of the City of Birmingham, along with the Birmingham City Council, do hereby proclaim April 28th through May 4th, 2024, a Small Business Week in the City of Birmingham, organized by the Office of Business Diversity and Opportunity, powered by the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, and extends our full support as well as encouragement to all small business owners and entrepreneurs participating in this important event and week. And at this time, before I'm going to let Dr. O'Quinn actually close us out, but before he speaks, I would like to ask Cornell to share a few words.
Well, good morning. My name again once is Cornell Wesley, proudly serving as the Director for the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. We're excited about this National Week that celebrates small businesses, and we do believe that Birmingham is a model of what a vibrant week can look like. And so in that spirit, I want to refer the public to bhmup.com for all of the planned events and to register for all of these amazing opportunities to not only network, but to also learn about resources that the City of Birmingham has. Now, why BHM? It's because Birmingham has more. We have more opportunities, we have more resources, and we have support for you as a burgeoning entrepreneur. Again, to the public, bhmup.com. And I also want to thank this amazing team who does the work every day, who's standing beside me, and I want to applaud them in their work to make this opportunity and this week a success. God bless you, God keep you, and thank you for your support.
Good morning, Council. So in recognition of Small Business Week, I wanted to offer a resolution that essentially says the exact same thing that the Mayor's proclamation puts out. So I'll make a motion for unanimous consent to consider
Second.
the resolution.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
All right, and now the motion on the item.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
That item passes. Thank you.
Mr. President, if I can just have a few words, I really want to thank Coriate and Cornell Wesley for the support they've given small businesses over the last couple of years. I do believe when small businesses and businesses know that they have that financial support, moral support, and the resource support, that really helps to, just give me 1 second, helps our economy. You know, Coriate, I think I was looking up something resource. I saw you in the ribbon cutting. I was like, look at him over there. But I really can't emphasize enough y'all's importance of your office, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people had to rethink how they had to get their income. And so having your office and having developed encouraging job creation, employment opportunities, even the support you guys have given when we've lost a business and how you've been able to get 1, 2, 3 businesses back. I really do appreciate that. So thank you for all that you do. I hate we couldn't have the ribbon cutting on Monday. That was supposed to be the soul food restaurant in my district, but I look forward to continue supporting you all. And thank you, Mayor Woodfin, for always putting small businesses first. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I believe Pro Tem Alexander has a presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. May 6th through 12th will be the observance of Nurses Week 2024. The theme for this year's observation and commemoration of all the services that nurses provide to us is Nurses Make the Difference. I'm sure each of us can reflect on how a nurse has made a difference in our lives. I would like to ask the members of the Black Birmingham Nurse Association to please come forward. And as they come forward, we just want to let you know that we'll be celebrating and honoring the incredible nurses who embody the spirit of compassion and care in every health setting. Joining us today is Teresa Rogers, the incoming president-elect, Jennifer Coleman, Cindy Cortez, Deborah Walker, Victoria Jordan Smith, and Martha Dawson. Again, the Black Birmingham Nurses Association, they have served underserved population in our city for years. They've also have been a constant presence in our community. I know that they've worked with several of us and brought CPR and other training into our area schools. So we just want to take this time today and thank them, and I'll allow them to also speak about this, but they want to talk today about a wreath-laying ceremony of Pauline Bray Fletcher that will be held at the Kelly Ingram Park on Monday, May 6th, as we start this week of celebration. And so, Ms. Rogers, I'll go ahead and let you tell us a little bit more about what's coming up.
Good morning.
Morning.
National Nurses Week is celebrated May 6th through May 12th, 2024. There may be some significance to the date in that Florence Nightingale's birthday is May 12th. In 1982, Ronald Reagan signed a proclamation proclaiming National Recognition Day for Nurses to be May 6th. In 1993, the American Nurses Association designated a week-long celebration declaring May 6th through 12th as permanent days to observe National Nurses Week in 1994 and in all subsequent years. The observation of Nurses Week recognizes the timeless commitment that nurses serve 365 days a year. Just a note, in 2023, nursing was again voted the most trusted profession. This was the 22nd year for this recognition. Where would any hospital or healthcare facility be without a nurse? As our Black history and the accomplishments of Black Americans are being erased from history books, Birmingham Black Nurses Association has continued to honor Mrs. Pauline Bray Fletcher as the first Black registered nurse in Alabama and the founder of Camp Fletcher. For the past 20 years, Birmingham Black Nurses Association has celebrated her life during National Nurses Week. Pauline Bray Fletcher's birthday is May 8th, so it's also fitting to celebrate her during National Nurses Week. She was born May 8th, 1983, and died at the age of 86 in 1970. In 1906, Pauline Fletcher became the head of the Birmingham Children's Home for Negro Hospital. She was a healthcare worker for United Charities of Birmingham from 1908 to 1909. From 1915 to 1920, she worked as a company nurse for American Cast Iron Pipe Company. She was a county nurse working with the Jefferson County Anti-Tuberculosis Association from 1920 to 1925. Fletcher's public health work on tuberculosis prevention led her to focus on the environmental and nutritional needs of Black children. Her dream was that she wanted to bring children out into the woods, get them out of Birmingham, out of the pollution, into some fresh air, to learn how to swim, to learn how to love nature and not be afraid. She started the Girls Service League, raised funds, bought land in Shades Valley near Bessemer, Alabama. She built and opened Camp Margaret Murray, Washington in 1926 as a recreational opportunity for Black children. The camp's name was changed to Camp Pauline Bray Fletcher in 1942. The camp has been used by scout troops, church groups, boys clubs, the YWCA, and other organizations. If you visit the website today, the camp registration is now open for summer day camp. Her legacy continues. Birmingham Black Nurses Association invite the mayor and all the city council members to the annual Leith Rand ceremony at Pauline Bray Fletcher's historical marker in Kelly Ingram Park on May 6th at 5 p.m. Birmingham Black Nurses Association will be remembering Mrs. Fletcher's legacy as we celebrate ourselves as Black nurses and nurses of color in this community. Birmingham Black Nurses Association will continue to celebrate ourselves all year long. Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for bringing us all of this history and knowledge about the work that Pauline Bray Fletcher and other nurses have served to our community. As we know, most of our community have been underserved for health care, and so I'm just very excited for the work that she did. Now, I wasn't there in 1926 when the camp first started, but I did have quite a few summers there at the camp where I learned to swim and do other things, my sister and I. So I was very excited when I found out the history of Pauline Bray Fletcher. So thank you all again. All of us I know have been touched and our lives have been enriched by the service that you provide to us. So thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. This time we'll go back to our agenda and I'll read our statement on the conduct of business. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. All items on the consent agenda will be announced by reading the item numbers only. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member or the mayor requests the item be removed from the consent agenda. Additionally, a citizen interested in addressing the council with respect to an item on the consent agenda designated for public hearing may request the item be removed from the consent agenda to hold the hearing on the item. Any items removed from the consent agenda will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. For remaining matters, all matters of permanent operation will be read and all public hearings will be announced. Mr. Clerk, could we go over our consent agenda, please?
Yes, sir. Consent agenda starts on page 2 with items 2, 3, and 4. Page 3, we have items 5 and 6 on consent. Please note that item 7 has been requested to be withdrawn. Page 4, we have items 8, 9, and 10 on consent. Item number 10 was recommended by Public Safety. Page 5, we have items 11 and 12 on consent. Page 6, items 13, 14, 15, and 16 are on consent. Page 7, items 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 are on consent. That concludes the consent agenda.
All right. Do any members of the council wish to add or remove an item from the consent agenda? All right. Yes. Councilor Abbott.
I would like to remove item 6 on page 3 from consent to hear a little bit more about it. And also item 12 on page 5.
Excuse me, madam, that was 12. What item did you say?
Item 12. 12,
Thank you.
page 5. And also on page 6, item 14.
All right. Any additional items? All right. Items 1 through 4 are marked public hearing. Do any members of the public wish to remove any of those items from the agenda, from the consent agenda? Hearing none, do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
I move approval.
All right. Mr. Clerk, I believe we're ready for the vote.
All righty, 1 second, please. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
All right. Consent agenda passes. First item, Mr. Clerk.
All right, first item. Should be item 1. Page 2, an ordinance to further amend the zoning ordinance of the city of Birmingham, case number 2023-13, to change Title 1, Chapter 6, landscaping, buffering, and screening, ordinance number 15-133, and hearing of all interested parties. Motion, please.
I move approval.
Item is before you.
All right. Counselor Abbott, I believe this is,
Yes, yes. Ladies, will you come forth and tell us about the new ordinance, the changes?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. My name is Kim Spurl. I serve as the city zoning administrator in the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits.
Good morning, and my name is Lauren Havard. I serve as landscape architect in planning, engineering, and permits.
The item before you today is case ZAC 2023-13. This is a request to update the landscaping, buffering, and screening section in the city zoning ordinance. If some of you recall, the last major update to the landscaping section was in 2015. So we were due for some much needed updates. PEP, more specifically, Lauren and her urban design team worked with us on amending the landscaping section. They worked with some stakeholder groups who are very familiar with the landscaping section and the requirements that we currently have in the city ordinance. They had 2 stakeholder meetings. They also provided an avenue for them to submit comments if they were not able to attend the stakeholder meetings. And so the next step was presenting the revisions to the CAB, which they did in November of 2023. The landscape changes were recommended, and then we navigated the process through Planning Commission, through the Zoning Advisory Committee, and then ultimately the Planning and Zoning Committee. I don't want to go over every single change, but if it's all right, I would like to hit what we think are the most important changes for y'all to know about. The first one is the addition of a definition section to the landscaping chapter. We did not have a definition section in the old version of the landscaping chapter, so there were some terms that were not defined that we think needed to be defined in this update. The second is the suggestion for the use of native plants and green infrastructure. We had a few green infrastructure requirements in the parking section of the ordinance, but we thought that we needed some more robust language in the landscaping section for green infrastructure. We also added the tree protection plan language, which was not in the previous version of the ordinance. We increased landscaping requirements for residential uses. We also added required foundation plantings for commercial developments. They added some updated graphics that we think will be easier to understand, not only for our landscape architects, but also for the general public. And then they also made some amendments to the suggested plant list. So we think those are some of the key takeaways from the revisions. Lauren and I would be happy to answer any questions that you have about any of the specific updates.
Any questions? I do want to make a comment. I think that this is excellent work, and I appreciate it because the detail is great. I appreciate the fact that you gave us a red line as well as the regular one so we could tell what the actual changes were. I did want to ask if y'all could add the definition of xeriscape,
Okay.
because that is a word that most people are not familiar with, and it's included in your list of trees, the ones that are good for xeriscapes, and I think that there might be at least 2 or 3 people who don't know what a xeriscape is, so that seemed like an important thing. But I just thought that the work was excellent,
Thank you.
and I thank you. If there's no one else,
So we have a motion and a second, I believe, already.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
aye.
All opposed, say nay.
All right, that item passes. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Looks like it's item 6. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for and on behalf of the city, Denise Koch events, to provide health, wellness, cultural, and small business events and presentations within the city of Birmingham for a term not to exceed June 30th, 2024, for an amount not to exceed $8,000. Motion, please.
I move approval.
Item is before you.
Okay. Counselor
Yeah.
Abbott?
I was the one with the question, and the question is, can somebody just talk about what these events are supposed to be and where they're going to happen and when? Because June 30th is going to be here pretty quick. Well, someone must know. Or it wouldn't be on our agenda, right? Right?
President O'Quinn, Councilor Abbott, in the absence of Councilor Hunter Williams, at best, Denise Koch is an event planner. She works with District 2 with a number of their events, not only just in District 2, but throughout the city. India, if I missed something, may be able to punt behind me and give additional details. But they work with them with some of their small farm projects with fresh produce. She also works with them to some extent between Auburn, because I think Auburn University is one of her clients, and the annual fishing rodeo. In addition to that, events that Denise Koch hosts is Restaurant Week, Smoking Summer Jam, Breaking Bread, Art Walk, Slice Fest, Fiesta, to name a few. So is there a question beyond maybe that information?
No, actually, that was a good answer. And if this had said that it was Hunter Williams discretionary, that would have opened a window and I could have called and asked him. So I'm glad to know what Denise Koch does. And that's all.
All right. Thank you. Any additional questions? All right, I believe we're ready for the vote.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
That item passes. Next item, please.
Item 7 was drawn. Looks like it's going to item
12.
12. Item 12, resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to accept and expend the amount of $3,000 as civil costs from Arlington Properties Incorporated, agent for the We Lakeshore Owner, LLC, domestic corporation, organizing and existing pursuant to the laws of the state of Alabama in the matter of City of Birmingham versus We Lakeshore Owner, LLC, and others, in the Circuit Court of Jefferson County, bearing the case number CV 2023-900618. Said funds shall be used to assist the City of Birmingham in neighborhood revitalization. No matching funds are due from the city, and authorize the mayor to take all actions to execute such other documents as are appropriate and necessary to accept and spend said funds on behalf of the City of Birmingham. Said funds are to be deposited into general ledger number 128-01600-534-013. Motion, please.
I move approval.
Item is before you.
Okay, Counselor Abbott?
Yeah, I guess I had a lot of questions. I read the backup and I still didn't know what this was. Can you just give us a brief overview?
Absolutely. Good morning, council. So this is an item that is a win for our drug nuisance abatement team, and it's actually in District 7. And so this will be settlement funds that will be coming back into the city's neighborhood revitalization fund.
Great, thank you. So this was a DNAT success.
That's correct.
Yay,
Yay.
thank you. That was all I wanted to know.
Okay, we're ready for the vote.
All right, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
That item passes. Next item is number 14.
Item 14, a resolution approving payment to Meridian Rapid Defense Group Rentals LLC, Pasadena, California, for the 30-day rental of 15 units, Archer Barrier, 1,200, daily rental, all inclusive, in the amount of $11,250, and for the 30-day rental of 6 units, Rapid Gate rental, daily, all inclusive, in the amount of $22,500 at unit prices on file in the Office of the Purchasing Agent for the City of Birmingham Mayor's Office in accordance with Section 3-1-7 of the Birmingham City Code. Motion, please.
I move approval.
Items before you.
Okay. Questions? Counselor Abbott?
Thank you. I wanted to know, I read the back up for this and it sounded like this was amazing equipment, but I'm trying to figure out why we need it. Is this for the baseball game at Rickwood? And then is this this equipment a specific requirement of MLB, or did we just come up with it?
Mr. President.
Chief?
Yes, Chaz Mitchell Service, Chief Operations. So yes, this is a rental for us to be able to shut off certain streets around Rickwood to keep it pedestrian friendly. We also using it for the transportation route. So as we bus people in from Legion Field, they will be able to park at, I think it's 13th Street, and walk down to Rickwood Field safely. So that's the reason why we are renting the barricades.
Okay, well, I was amazed to hear how hard you could hit it without it going anywhere, so it's obviously highly specialized equipment.
These are similar to the ones we use with war games.
Okay, and 30 days is just,
So Major League Baseball has a build out and a build in period. So we're trying to just make it kind of accessible for them and just make it convenient as they build out the field and the different type of activations that they have prior to the game and before the game.
okay, thank you.
Any
That's all,
additional-
Mr. President.
All right. I believe we're ready for the vote.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
All right, that item passes. I believe that's brings us to the end of our agenda.
Yes, sir. Item 22, pursuant to the provisions of Section 2-3-27D of the General Code of the City of Birmingham as amended, the Office of the City Attorney hereby gives notice to the City Council of the final judgment rendered in favor of the plaintiff, Monroe Caitlin Louise versus City of Birmingham and others in the City Circuit Court of Jefferson County, Alabama, case number CV 2477 in the amount of $207,855.09, which includes attorney fees and interest, copies of which are included herewith. It is the intent of the Office of the City Attorney to satisfy said judgment in full with funds to come from account number 128-1600-534-13. No action is necessary.
All right, thank you. That brings us to our announcements. Councilor Clark, are you ready?
Sure, thank you. So I guess I want to start with a question. I went to the JC3 meeting, and you weren't there, which was unusual. It was more unusual for me to go, but I really enjoyed it. Several of the city councilors who were there were talking about, starting to receive opioid settlement funds. And I know we received some, but they're talking about more and more rolling in from the state. So I was just curious, Mayor, if we have plans and how we're planning around the use of those settlement funds and, if they might go to some of the public safety crises that we're facing and so forth, or if we'll be planning together in some way.
Sure. Mr. President,
Mayor?
to answer your colleague's, Councilor Clark's question, I think we've already sent the memo, but I think we will reshare with you the settlement and how we plan to deploy those resources. But just at a high level, Ms. Clark, or Councilor Clark, a lot of those funds will be dispensed to the police department as well as the fire department for educational purposes and training. In addition to that, I think it was just highlighted a minute ago in the vote, but I think it's going to be really important that we have an opportunity to supercharge DNET related to this crisis. And so that's just a high-level area between DNET, i.e. legal department, fire department, as well as police department. And I'm quite sure in a very short time we can provide more detail in writing to you and your colleagues.
in just order of magnitude, do we have a clue how much we can expect to receive? I know we probably received some, but they sound like it'll just keep rolling in over time.
I will be making up a number,
Okay,
so I don't want to just make up a number to you.
okay.
But when legal will share the information with all 10 of us when
Okay.
what that number is.
All right. Well, thank you. So there are no neighborhood meetings in District 8 this week, but do join the Birmingham Public Library for International Jazz Day. That's today. And you can bring a lawn chair and set up over near the Lynn Henley Library in the courtyard for saxophonist Fred Jones. That's going to be from 1 to 3 p.m. today. It's free and open to the public, and the food truck is King V's Hot Dogs. Also, the library is hosting their next poetry slam, Bards and Brews, on May 3rd at the Vulcan Park and Museum. It starts at 6:30 p.m. You can join them for a night out on the patio with spoken word poetry and live jazz music by local saxophonist Delon Charlie. Poets will compete in rounds against each other with their original works, and the audience gets to help decide who the winners are. The program is free and open to the public, and you must be 18 or older to enter and 21 and older to drink with proof of ID. And as always, if you're looking for a fun way to get out and get to know your neighbors, join us every Thursday, weather permitting, for a walk around the Crossplex. We meet at the Starbucks promptly at 8 a.m. And in concluding my remarks today, I'd like to remember a distinguished Alabamian who is no longer physically with us. Born in 1936 in Lafayette, Louisiana, inspirational Mobile, Alabama native and Marine Corps veteran Major General Gary Cooper passed away this past Saturday. General Cooper leaves behind an inspirational history. Growing up in Mobile during the Jim Crow era, Cooper faced racial challenges head on, ranging from school segregation to only being allowed to walk on one side of the street, a life that he never wanted his future children to face. Cooper left Mobile and attended the University of Notre Dame. After graduation, he joined the Marine Corps and was the first African-American Marine Corps officer to lead an infantry company into combat in Vietnam. He earned 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star. He rose through the ranks and was eventually promoted to Major General. When Cooper returned to Mobile, he helped co-found Commonwealth National Bank in Tolmanville, which is a Black-owned bank that operates today. He was appointed by former President George H.W. Bush to be Assistant Secretary to the Air Force and played a role in strategic planning of the Gulf War. In 1994, President Bill Clinton appointed Cooper to serve as U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica, a post he served until 1997. He has also served on the corporate boards of U.S. Steel, Protective Life, and PNC. You all may remember his son, Patrick Cooper, who ran for mayor a few years back. Anyway, his daughter, Sean, is one of my dear friends, and I'm holding their family in prayer this week as they make his final arrangements and celebrate his remarkable life. Thank you. That concludes my remarks.
Thank you, Councilor Clark. Councilor Moore.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Monday, we will have our Collegeville Neighborhood Association meeting that will take place at 6 p.m. at Greater New Antioch Baptist Church. Zion City will host their meeting on Zoom on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Brownsville Heights will have their meeting on Monday as well at the Brownsville Heights Community Center, along with Maple Grove, who will also be there at 6 p.m. at the Brownsville Heights Community Center. And then we will also have, and so those will conclude all the neighborhood association meetings that will take place. The Community Development Committee meeting for this Wednesday, May 1st, has been canceled. The next meeting will take place on May 15th at 2 p.m. in the council chambers. All submissions are due by Wednesday, May 8th to adaris.may@birminghamal.gov. The Parks and Recreation Board will still be meeting on Wednesday at 9 a.m. at Legion Field. And again, that meeting will take place tomorrow.
Park and Rec is also taking submissions and applications for summer camp. And so if you want to get your young person involved in summer camp, there's a non-refundable registration fee of $50. The camp will take place Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Girls and boys ages 5 through 12. The first session will start June 10th through June 28th, and the second session will start July 8th through July 26th. The camp fee per session is $150. There are 9 different locations that young people can participate. So we have Central Park, Ensley Park, East Pennsylvania Valley, Fountain Heights, Hawkins Park, Inglenook, MLK Junior Recreation Center, McAlpine, and Memorial Park. For more information, make sure that you call 205-254-2303, or you can email alethea.pickens@birminghamal.gov. Let me see. And then, of course, as has been already stated several times before, we are looking for lifeguards. So Birmingham Park and Recreation is hiring lifeguards now through May 10th. So the date is quickly approaching. Certification is preferred, but non-certified will be trained. Classes to begin February 1st for certification. Must be 16 years of age on or before May 10th. If you are interested, please make sure that you contact Terry Sewell, not our Congresswoman, 205-254-2189 or 205-254-2391. And lastly, I'll just share, I know tomorrow I'll be heading to San Francisco for the Affordable Housing Conference that will be taking place to learn more about the latest trends in affordable housing and today's changing market. It'll give me an opportunity to connect with hundreds of professionals, policymakers, and stakeholders with years of experience in the affordable housing sector. And so looking forward to learning more about that.
Mr. President, I apologize for engaging during council's time of sharing with community. I thought it was actually relevant and important that I overemphasize and put a point on Counselor J.T. Moore's topic related to lifeguards. It's something that, in conjunction with the park board, we've been promoting and communicating to the public since February. It is not a secret for the, I guess, 4 years now. Post-coronavirus, our ability to promote, engage community, as well as try to recruit lifeguards. Changes were made last year to include increasing pay and everything. But I want to make it clear, as a city assets around our city, because there are various pools. Pools cannot open, and pools will not open if there are not available lifeguards. And it's not a matter of we just want pools closed. We are over communicating in every channel we can and possibility, even activating people who participate in our park and rec system for years, growing up in it, about sharing this information with adults and teenagers, the availability of this opportunity. But we cannot operate pools without lifeguards. So I just wanted to reiterate Councilor J.T. Moore's point of, please, if you have interest, if you know someone, share that we're still looking for lifeguards. Hope I got that right.
No, you did. And one thing I'll kind of share that we as a board discovered is that, you know, a lot of us learned how to swim because we had the opportunity to be able to go to these pools, right? However, if these pools are not open, then young people are not learning how to swim, which then in turns makes it hard for them to feel confident about serving as a lifeguard because they don't know how to do it and they have not been trained. And so it's this cycle that, you know, just continues. And so we're really trying to, you know, really encourage young people, if you have a desire to learn how to swim, to serve as a lifeguard, please come out. You will be trained. You will be certified. and you will be prepped to be able to have that experience. So.
Yeah, and if you're out there, you're a retired individual, got some time on your hands, they're looking for older folks too, so sign up. You can do a service for the community and get paid for it at the same time, so, all right. Counselor Abbott.
I have to say that I worked my way through college as a lifeguard and swimming instructor at Auburn. And I will tell you that it is a much more fun job than just about any job a teenager can get. I'd rather be sitting there as a lifeguard and teaching little kids to swim than to be waiting tables or do some of the other fun things that you do when you're in college. So I just have to put in a plug. I got my senior life saving in high school and then just moved on to having fun outdoors and working on a tan because that was popular back then. But I realize most people up here aren't interested in working on their tan, but we used to be in the old days. But anyway, so do what?
Really light skin.
Yeah, that's true. But, the sun now, they know it ruins your skin, so, it's not so cool anymore. The next planning and zoning meeting is scheduled for this next Wednesday, May 8th at 3:30 p.m. in the council chambers. We have 2 vacancies on the Birmingham Planning Commission, and we are asking interested parties to please submit your resume to valerie.abbott@birminghamal.gov. The deadline for submissions is today, so you have to hurry. We also have 2 openings on the Zoning Board of Adjustment. One is for a construction contractor, and one supernumerary who is a person who serves when we don't have enough people to serve on the ZBA, if we have too many people that are absent. So the deadline for those ZBA positions is Monday, May 14th. And your resumes also should be submitted to me, valerie.abbott@birminghamal.gov. Neighborhood Association meetings. Next Monday, we have the Glen Iris Neighborhood Association meeting, 6:30 at St. Elias Maronite Catholic Church. And we're still encouraging people to use the MyBHM 311 app, send those photos in so that your issues can be resolved. And if you just you don't have a phone, you can call 311. So it's an excellent way to get attention for the things that you normally might call your counselor to complain about. But it's much better to send a photograph. That's all, Mr. President. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Go lifeguards.
Yep. Counselor Smitherman?
Thank you, Mr. President. Valerie, you sure you don't want to be a lifeguard this summer? I would love to see that. Just one
I'm
day.
sure a lot of people would laugh and laugh.
No,
I
I
can still swim, though.
I actually did take some swimming lessons at the Underwood pool. So Councilor Moore is right. That was a really fun time. But I was like 6. All I did was kind of splash around. But let me ask you this, Mayor Woodfin, have we gone to the colleges like in person to try to recruit, like even going as far as UA, so UAB, Miles, etc.?
That is a good question that I do not know the answer to, because I would refer that to Shanae Bennett, but I'll give her a text, like one of us will text her right now while we're on the stage.
Because I was just wondering that, because if you're a college student, no offense, they're probably not watching council meeting, or they may follow you, but the algorithm with Instagram and Facebook, they may miss it. So I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, I like the hands-on. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Counselor, and I'll just say, I know that, Shanae Bennett and her team have reached out to colleges as well as, other high schools. We even thought about, reaching out to students that possibly are part of fire colleges.
Yeah, that'd be a good job.
Because one of the things that you have to do to be a certified lifeguard is pass the weight test to be able to pick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we know that, students in those programs have to have that skill. So. Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering, because a lot of times, and you probably talk about board meeting, we kind of get I'm gonna say we get blamed for why the parks aren't being open, and we keep telling people like we need lifeguards, and then they're just like, well, why can't y'all get lifeguards? And so, we're asking you guys for help for that if you want the pools open. So, but anyways, as far as neighborhood meetings, North Titusville will meet tomorrow at Memorial Park Rec Center at 5 p.m. And the next budget and finance meeting will be Monday, May 13th at 3:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. Submissions are due tomorrow by noon. And for more information happening in District 6, visit our website at www.d6bham.com. Thank you.
All right. Question about the pools, Mayor. Let's make the assumption that we can hire a bunch of lifeguards between now and when the pools would normally open. What, if we made that assumption, how many pools would be ready to open, the physical infrastructure of the pool?
You give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you an answer.
All right.
I'm not gonna make up nothing.
All right. Thank you. Pro Tem Alexander?
Thank you, Mr. President. I did want to begin, before giving the District 7 updates, I wanted to piggyback on Councilor Moore and some of the things he had said about Park and Rec, and it made me think about, hopefully everyone got to see, and I wanted to give kudos to the Tuskegee students who, from different majors, they worked together to complete a redesign or a reimagined design of Legion Field. And so I saw that reported in the news lately, and it was just such a beautiful, beautiful rendition of what they felt Legion Field could become. And the project was part of a partnership with the NFL and the Robert Taylor School of Architecture and Construction Science. And so kudos to them. I was hopeful that maybe we could see some of that work in a visual platform, so I wasn't sure how we could connect them and just to get that. Did you all receive that at all from the park board, Councilor Moore?
So we did. We have received, or I saw the article, and I got a chance to read it. But we have not had a chance to connect with them as a board.
Well, I would hope so, because we know about HBCUs and the work they do, and just really wanted to give kudos to these students. So thank you all. I thought it was just beautiful. These are the announcements for District 7. I want to start first by saying thank you, thank you, thank you to all of the residents, the volunteers who came out Saturday and showered some love on District 7 for our annual Love D7 Day. Our community partners really, really worked with us. That's KBB, the Empowered Citizens of Birmingham, and the Omicron Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I also want to thank the Department of Public Works and Director Yates. They got out ahead of Love D7 Day and did some spot cleanups and work within the district, and it really helped to motivate. We had just about at least one type of cleanup in each of our districts. And so I want to thank those neighborhood association presidents who also spearheaded that, the D7 staff, and the consultants that work with us. Thank you all so much. And we look forward to doing it again next year. Here are the bulk trash and brush pickup is scheduled for Thursday, May 2nd for the Hillman Park, Jones Valley, and West Brownsville neighborhood. Friday, May 3rd, the Jones Valley Neighborhood Association will meet at 4 p.m. at the Powderly Library. And then on Monday, May 6th, the Grisilla Heights neighborhood will meet at 3 p.m. at the Mirador Center. Those are all my announcements. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Thank you. Councilor Tate.
Thank you, Mr. President. A Civico Finley neighborhood meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 1st at 5:30 at the Civico Plant Community Room. Central Pratt neighborhood meeting will be held on Monday, May 6th at 6 p.m. at the Howard Sanford Recreational Center. Sherman Heights neighborhood meeting will be held on Monday, May 6th at 6 p.m. at the Morningstar Christian Church. Also, I'm excited to be joining Mayor Wolfen and his team on Thursday, May the 2nd for the Budget Town Hall meeting at 6 p.m. at the Fountain Heights Rec Center. And also want to give kudos to Miss Jasmine Crow Houston, the founder of Gooder Grocery Store. She's the daughter-in-law of Harry Houston. And I also want to thank Jefferson County Commissioner LaShonda Scales and the county for their contribution to stand up this grocery store in the Daniel Payne Plaza. So I was joined by Cornell Wesley on Saturday, who brought remarks, and thank the community members who came out as well to support. And also, we were able to use some ARPA funding to further some expansion at the Daniel Plaza, which is going to be used to provide healthy meal alternatives for those who come to the Daniel Plaza Center, wraps and smoothies and salads. So we're going to be getting with them as well. So again, thank Jasmine Crow Houston and Brandon Cleveland and Commissioner Scales and, for their contribution to get this grocery store in a food desert and just really thinking about how do we move forward to sustain this and work with federal, state, and continue to work with the partners. I want to invite you all out this Saturday to Derby Day. Come on out, put your best Derby hat on and your gear, and come on out and enjoy the Derby Day in partnership with myself and Commissioner Tyson. So we'll have Sharon Collins as a musical guest, Young Vocal, and the Party Rocker. So that's going to be from 3 to 7. And the next public safety meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May the 14th at 1 o'clock. Please submit your agenda items by Wednesday, May the 8th, no later than 12 noon to patrice.collins at birminghamal.gov and gregory.stanley@birminghamal.gov. And I wanted to kind of like piggyback off what Pro Tem Alexander said about the Tuskegee students. And so in reading that article, I like the fact that it was a multiplex facility, soccer, soccer, track, and field, and football, and a retractable lid. And also want to thank the mayor's team and the Birmingham Police Department for Operation Night Rider. Thank you all for heading that off and extracting those that are causing havoc in the streets of Birmingham. So look forward to Deputy Chief Pickett and his team to continue Operation Night Rider. So thank you, Mayor. And that's it, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. Councilor Woods.
Thank you, Mr. President. Quickly, the neighborhood meeting is tonight. Spring Lake Neighborhood Association will meet on Thursday, May 2nd at 6:30 p.m. That meeting will take place at Huffman High School. They will be celebrating the Huffman Academy, Huffman Middle, and Huffman High School Teachers of the Year this Thursday, so make sure you tap into that. Also on Thursday, the Echo Highlands Neighborhood Association will meet at 7 p.m. They're still meeting via Zoom, and so encourage all residents to participate in their neighborhood meetings. The Women in Manufacturing Pre-Apprentice Program will host an open house this Thursday, May 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is a free program for women in Birmingham with an industrial maintenance track and machine tool technology. It offers job placement and mentorship. There's no prior experience needed. The open house will be at the Bessemer campus of Lawson State Community College, and you can contact 205-290-3151 for more information. And the YWCA is leading this program. Also, Mr. Bernard Buggs, owner of Cornerstone Funeral Services, will be hosting a community empowerment series entitled Getting Your Affairs in Order. That will be this Sunday, May 5th at 3:30 p.m. You can contact 205-949-9500 for additional registration information. This is an opportunity to learn more about wheels and being prepared for transitions, and really good information. So I want to encourage everybody to participate in that. That is limited slots, so you do need to sign up in advance. Huffman Baptist Church is inviting the community to an open house to their newly renovated space for the church and the community. That's going to be on Sunday, May 5th at 1 p.m. Huffman Baptist Church basically has, over the last couple of years, been activating a lot of space on their campus for a lot of community events and inviting the public in. They've even kind of set aside a room for the neighborhood to use regularly. They've got Banks Academy on site, and so they're doing a lot of things. They're working on a community garden and a walking track, and so Been very grateful for their partnership in the community, and want to invite everybody out Sunday, May 5th, 1 p.m. for the open house. They also got a coffee shop in, so they said if you're having meetings in the area, instead of going next city over to go to Starbucks, you can come here, and the coffee is free at the hub. So invite everybody out for that as well. And then we want to congratulate the Huffman High School track team who qualified for state, the boys and girls 100 meter. We have multiple people qualify for the 100 meter. The girls qualify for the 200 meter, 400 meter, and the 4x1 relay. And so we wish them luck and safe travels this week as they compete. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Counselor Tate?
Thank you, Mr. President. I forgot to mention, I was at Hooper City Rec Center this morning, and got an opportunity to spend some time with the seniors with their Get Fit While You Sit. So I want to just shout out to Lois, Germany, and Maestro, and the seniors of Hooper City. We were able to expand and participate and give some funds to their senior class to exercise. So had a couple of seniors that was in there over 90 years old. So they really was getting fit while they was sitting. So just really wanted to shout out to the Hooper City community.
All right, Pro Tem Alexander?
Thank you. I apologize for not mentioning this earlier, but the Governor's Trade Excellence Award ceremony will be held tomorrow in Montgomery, and so we'll be traveling to celebrate with one of the award winners. This is the Evonik Corporation, which is located in District 7, and we do have a lot of biomedical and technology companies that are located in D7, so we're just very excited for Evonik to be among the 2024 Governor's Trade Excellence Award winners. They are a very good community partner. They do a lot of work within our area schools, so I just want to thank them and congratulate them. Thank you.
All right.
Mr.
Great,
President?
thank you. Yes, sir.
You had a question earlier. I told you I would follow up. 9 pools, and they are McAlpine, Fountain Heights, Crestwood, MLK, Grayson, Underwood, Roosevelt, Memorial, and East Pinson Valley.
That's great. Last year, if I recall correctly, we had 4 pools open.
Correct.
Great.
We got to get those lifeguards, sir, to make sure this can happen.
Okay. Very good. All right. For District 5, just want to tell you guys about Folk Fest, which is coming up on Saturday, May 4th, 11 to 7 at Avondale Park. If you want to check out the lineup, their website is birminghamfolkfest.org. Don't let the name mislead you. There are lots. I'm looking at the lineup on the website here, and there are lots of different kinds of groups. Gospel choirs, Tejano, blues, African dance and drumming. Just a lot of great stuff. So lots of variety. Ramsey High School is also part of the Ramsey High School band's part of the lineup. So should be a good time. It's totally free. Again, Avondale Park, 11 to 7 on Saturday. The Wahoma Neighborhood Association will meet on Thursday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. at the Southern Museum of Flight, located at 4343 73rd Street North. On Thursday, May 2nd, earlier in the day, there will be a reenactment of the Children's March at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. Hang on, let me back up. On Thursday, May 2nd, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute will host its annual Children's March reenactment at 16th Street Baptist Church, starting at 10:30 a.m. There will be a march over to Kelly Ingram Park immediately following the program at noon. Southeast Lake Neighborhood Association will host a neighborhood cleanup on Saturday, May 4th, starting at 9 a.m. at East Lake United Methodist Church, located at 7753 First Avenue South. Jones Valley Teaching Farm will host its inaugural Tomato Day on Saturday, May 4th, starting at 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the downtown farm located at 701 25th Street North. Tomato Day will include cooking and planting demos, food and art vendors, and games, and probably some tomato tossing. The Transportation and Infrastructure Committee will meet on Monday, May 13th at 2 p.m. in the council chambers. Items can be submitted to the agenda by contacting Kimberly Phillips at kimberly.phillips@birminghamal.gov. And I think that brings us to the end of the meeting. Councilor Williams is not here. Anybody want to do the honors?
Mr. President,
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Trying to get us out of here.
Mr. President, I forgot something.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is very important. My granddaughter is graduating from Auburn on Saturday, and she is extremely excited about it. And I will be driving to Auburn at 3:30 in the morning because they have graduation at 8 o'clock in the morning, which I think is insane, but, well, there are issues. So, but anyway, I just wanted to say that Ashley Abbott is graduating, and this has been a long road, so it's very exciting for us. So I guess I'm going to miss a few things on Saturday, but it will be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the ceasefire resolution has been provided to all the members of the council, and hopefully we'll have 5 people, but we'll be counting noses.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Our officers on duty this morning are Cedric Pinkard, as always, based here in City Hall, and we also have from North Precinct, Kiana Suttles and Clyde North. Thank you for being here. So at this time, we'll have our public speakers. Mr. Clark.
Ricky Green.
Morning.
Morning.
My name is Ricky Green. My address is 3351 31st Place North, Birmingham, Alabama, 35207. And the reason I'm here today because I want to voice my concerns over the abandoned properties in the Collegeville area. My father had passed away, excuse me, and I inherited some land over there, some property. So I've been staying over there, taking care of the property, going through the neighborhood because I'm originally from Collegeville, but I haven't been over there since the 80s, since we moved out. But we still own property there in Norwood also. And I've been living over there in the property for the past 3 months, fixing it up. And Collegeville is a war zone. And I had to sleep on the floor at night because they're shooting automatic handguns over there. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it's close because you can hear it. And I don't understand. They over there every night shooting automatic weapons, and no one called the cops. No cops come. But where's the shot spotters that we have in that area? And it's an ongoing process. And it's just not safe. But we'll get to that another time. But the reason I'm here is because of the road condition in the area is terrible. Because traveling to my properties, you only have main roads. FL Shuttleworth, there's certain, I'm not trying to say the world, but those main roads that being traveled every day coming to and from, and those tracks, regular tracks, you know, I just want to know, like, what can we do if we can't pave it, patch it? I can't even drive I can't even drive none of my cars. When I go home, I had to catch a lift because the road's so bad. And it shouldn't be like that. I don't want to tear my car. I have expensive cars. I'm not trying to brag. But it's not safe. The road conditions is terrible. And the overgrown lots. And I went around to the houses and got the address off of them because I was going to see if they were tax lien houses. I was going to buy them just to clean them up. But people own these properties. No taxes is paid on them. These people own these properties, but they don't live here, but they got property there, they're not taking care of it. And it makes the neighborhood look bad for the people that live there, who want to go home, have to look at it every day. We call to the city and they say, well, we don't cut private properties. Well, we need to start cutting and finding these people. But that's another thing. I'm here to say that we need to try to come up with a solution to go after these homeowners, these people who own these properties. I know this has been an ongoing issue in Birmingham for quite some time now. We all new to this. But now the time we got to come to a solution. And God had to bring me low for me to see what's going on in the neighborhoods. Because I haven't been blessed and he blessed me to make it out. But it's a mess back there. And I'm standing in the gap for the ones that have good opportunity, that good people but just lack opportunity. So I just want to say let's try to come up with something to go after these people to make them take care of their properties. If we have to put liens on them, let's put liens on them. If we have to fine these people, let's fine them. If we have to garnish their payments, their money, income tax, or whatever, to let them know that we are serious about this. Because it can create hazards. Because right across from me, I had to run some people out. They go in there at night and live. Then they get high. I just had a house catch on fire. Because they're not trying to keep warm, living in empty houses. It's not safe. You have rapers, robbers, drug addicts, all these people that's turning these homes and living in these abandoned homes.
Mr. Green, thank you. We hear you. Council has definitely prioritized code enforcement. We've been communicated to the mayor's office loud and clear, and we continue to press on that, and also getting assistance from Attorney King in terms of the drug nuisance abatement team. Council Moore, you want to add some other thoughts?
Yeah, so first of all, Mr. Green, thank you for voicing your concerns and being here today to share this with us. I know my community outreach person is out in the lobby waiting right now to find out those specific addresses that you have collected so that we can work with you on identifying those and rolling those up to the mayor and his team. As Mr. President has already stated, this is definitely something that we all know is an issue, not even just for Collegeville or District 4, but throughout the whole entire city.
Yes.
And so I'm just glad that we could partner with you to make sure that we address it. And so, thank you.
Thank you.
One other thing that I'll point out is that the state legislature has given us some, help with recently passing legislation that will make it easier for property owners to move squatters along. That's, currently under the current law, it's very difficult, and circuitous is maybe a word to use for that too. But anyway, that legislation promises to make it a lot easier to remove squatters from private properties. Councilor Tate, did you want to?
Yeah, I was just about to tell Mr. Green to look, it's HB, the phone is having some issues, but it's a House bill that passed, as President LaQuinn said, the squatters law.
I believe it's
Also,
148.
I think it is, I'm not sure, so just look up the Alabama State Legislators, House bill on the squatters law. I don't know if it has made it on the Senate side yet, so it's passed the House. And also, if you look at item 21, on the consent agenda today, it was 261 properties on here, as well for dangerous weeds nuisance. So you can look on here and see was any of those properties on this list. And I would highly recommend, and I just usually tell people in neighborhoods when we identify these properties, I encourage the constituents to write what's called a good neighbor letter, and holding those that own these properties feet to the fire. That you need to come and take care of your property, because really, to be honest with you, most of these people live in Birmingham that own these properties, and they living in their nice little neighborhoods and don't come back to see, and it's not fair to people in community to have to endure, and you living in your little nice cushion neighborhood, but you got a house in a neighborhood that you've abandoned. And it's all about being proactive, and so we really appreciate you coming here and lifting that up. But everything that you have raised, the council is really having some deep conversations, about that. And so the mayor's team is doing, their part. It's just a legal process that has to take place. Well, you mentioned putting liens on people's property. So when they cut things that don't belong to them, those things are done. So again, thank you for lifting that up, but I'll find that bill because I'm.
HB 182.
182, so House Bill 182, look that up, it's a squatter's law.
And Mr. President, my dad is actually the sponsor for the Senate bill. It's at my law office. I can
Really?
scan it to you. If you just give me your email, because I was complaining to him about all the problems we were have. And I was telling him, like, the squatter is like, you see if they're throwing rocks at you, et cetera, or even on private property. So I'll get that for you, but
Thank you.
I'm very hopeful it'll pass this session. It'll make it a lot
I pray
easier.
it does.
And just keep being proactive and working, with the counselor, you're in Counselor Moore's district, and just, say what you got, send it over, and we'll, I'm sure he'll be glad to, it's everywhere, it's just
Yes,
not
I'm
college,
aware.
but it
I'm
is,
aware.
it's
Everywhere I own property, it's
everywhere.
terrible. So I have a lot of addresses that I wrote down because I own property in most of you all districts. And when I had to go back and see that, it saddens me. It hurts my heart. Yeah, so I want to try to do whatever I can on my part because back then they said it takes a village. Well, it still takes a village today. And I'm gonna do my part. So just help me in whatever way y'all can help me. I'm going to put in the footwork. If I had to
And
get
it's about
soldiers, I'll get soldiers. But just, help me in whatever way you can help me or lead me in a direction where I can
It's
get
about
help.
empowering, people to get, take it, be proactive in their own neighborhood. So it's all about empowering individuals to do, like I have a lot of people in Wylam, they clean up every day, and these are like elderly people cleaning up the block. So we really want to try to encourage people, to get off your porches, and you see some trash, pick it up. But a lot of people have the mentality that this ain't my problem. And so we don't really need to be, it's all this is a mindset, changing
Right.
people's mind.
Right.
And we gonna get there.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
there are folks who want to help, and, kudos to the several city councilors that collaborated and contributed ARPA funds to provide a tool bank to the community. That's a project that's being worked on and should be up and running here hopefully soon. So, even if folks don't have the resources, themselves, there'll be tools available for them to, be able to access and clean up their communities. So look forward to seeing that for sure.
Thank you. And if I may say one more thing, if I may.
Quickly.
Quickly, yes, thank you. So I own a property in East Lake called 74th Street North. I own two properties there, 107 74th Street North, 111 74th Street North. They're side by side. And on the corner is a business, and it used to be a tire shop, but he changed it to a car wash. So in the back of that business, he have all the old tires back there in the back. And my mother is now living in that property. She can't sit on the porch like the mosquitoes so bad, because he have all the old tires stacked up back there, full of water. A lot of old junk back there. It's been back there for years. I've been asking him to move it. He still haven't moved it. But
what-
the address
what
to
was
the property is 7400 First Avenue North.
7400 First Avenue North.
Yes.
Okay, that's
So you can look
be
into that.
Oklahoma, right?
Right. You can look into that. It'll be a blessing to me.
Okay,
7400 First Avenue North.
all right.
Thank
Thank you. Next speaker, Mr. Clerk.
Nathan Reed.
Good morning to the mayor in his absence and his team, and to the city council.
Can you pull the
My
mic
name
down?
is Nathan Reed,
Can you pull the mic down, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
1716 33rd Street, Inslee. I'm coming today to speak on the fact of inspect what we expect. On last Friday, the BJCC, which the city council contributed money, took the bid for the amphitheater that came in at $47 and $46 million. It was suggested to get a 30% minority business involvement. The minority community was granted access 14 days before the bid. Myself, I'm here representing Division 12, which is a furniture procurement. It's the largest black-owned furniture procurement company in the Southeast in 7 states.
I'm a Birmingham resident. I graduated from Ramsey High School. I would have loved the opportunity to bid on a project that's in my community. But we were shut out by Live Nation because of their agreement with the provider that would not even provide us a number for $1.6 million. That would have been 10% of the 30% that the city wanted to achieve with their minority contractors. Now, I'm not all bad because I want to also say thank you to the city. We are and currently have almost $275,000 worth of contracts with the city to provide you furniture. We just finished the tax and licensing piece of it. So thank you, city. I'm not complaining about this. I'm bringing it to the council's attention that in cooperation and as a BCIA 8A pub zone vendor, inspect what we expect. We contributed from the city money to this project for contractors in this project, in this city. They were shut out. 14 days to give a bid, trying to get $14 million out of the $47 million bid that came in. I promise you, it's probably less than 3% money. But they're going to say they made a good faith effort. The bid was locked up just for furnishings 2 years ago. I have 22 seconds. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Councilor Woods.
Mr. Reed, I wanted to ask, you were saying you were trying to bid on the furnishing and they specified a certain manufacturer that it had to come from or something like that?
Yes, sir. And I thank you because you understand from a contracting standpoint. It was locked in with Irwin Seating and Hussey Seating. This was locked in 2 years ago from the corporate office. That money won't, let alone come to Birmingham, it won't reach the state of Alabama.
That's a vendor?
That is the vendor. And they had a contract with Live Nation that they provide all over the nation, but would not even allow us to receive a bid, 2%, nor even the local vendor, because we were partnering with them. They weren't even involved. So not only will that money not hit the city, it will not hit the state of Alabama.
Okay, I appreciate it. If I can get your card or something before you get out of here, I'll touch base. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Quick update before we move on to our next speaker. The mayor's government affairs team just made me aware that HB 182 passed the Senate last Thursday on the April 25th. So it's just waiting on the governor's signature. All right, Ms. Clark, next speaker.
Elizabeth Shahid.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Shahid. I am a resident of the Glen Iris neighborhood. I'm glad to hear that the ceasefire resolution has, I think, been edited maybe, and it's been given to you guys. I'm looking forward to where that progresses. I'd like to share with you guys a comparison I'd like to make related to a ceasefire. In 1831, Nat Turner led a violent and bloody slave rebellion, right? Anyone with a conscience would say violence of any kind is wrong. But no one with a conscience would say that the slave rebellion justifies slavery. No one with a conscience would say that because of the slave rebellion, all black people should pay the price collectively. Hopefully people with a conscience would say, under what conditions would someone do such a thing? And then get to the bottom of why this happened and address the root of the problem. The slave rebellion was a symptom of a deeper problem of slavery. Just as October 7th was a symptom of a deeper problem rooted in the oppression of the Palestinians. Now, this is not in defense of October 7th, and I am against any targeting of civilians and pray for the peaceful and safe release of all hostages, including Palestinian hostages who are often detained without charge or trial and are often barred from access to a lawyer, even children from 12 years old to 14 years old are tried as adults, Palestinian children. For Palestinians, we remember the Haifa massacre in 1937, the Jerusalem massacre in 1937, the Haifa massacre in 1938, Balad al-Sheikh massacre in 1939, Haifa massacre in 1939, El Khassis massacre in 1947, Bab el-Amun massacre in 1947, Jerusalem massacre in 1947, Sheikh Burek massacre in 1947, Abbasiyya massacre in 1947, Haifa massacre in 1947, Yaffa massacre in 1948, Deir Yassin massacre in 1948, Khan Yunis massacre in 1956, Jerusalem massacre in 1967, Sabra and Shatila massacre in 1982, Al-Aqsa massacre in 1990, Ibrahim massacre in 1990, Jenin refugee camp massacre 2002, Gaza massacre 2008 to 2009, Gaza massacre 2012, Gaza massacre 2014, Gaza massacre 2018 to 2019, Gaza massacre 2021, and Gaza massacre 2023 still ongoing. A ceasefire is the bare minimum we're asking Birmingham to sign on to in order to address a symptom of a much larger problem. Just as we would say the slave rebellion shouldn't justify collective punishment of all black people, anyone with a conscience would never be against calling for a ceasefire to stop the collective punishment of the Palestinians that they are currently and have been experiencing since before 1948. Israel, with one of the greatest militaries in the world, with the most precise technology that could wipe out the 7th floor of a building without touching any of the other floors, decides to slaughter 36,000 human lives, including children, in an act of collective punishment funded by my tax dollars, our tax dollars. So anyone with a conscience call for a ceasefire, including our Vice President of the United States, and the United Nations Security Council. So Birmingham wants to be on the right side of history, right? And stand with the other 100 cities that have passed the ceasefire resolution, including Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Sacramento, Seattle, St. Paul, St. Louis, San Francisco, Toledo, Greensboro, and 87 others. So I'm proud to be here in Birmingham and proud that you guys are considering the ceasefire resolution, or looking at it and considering that. Thank you.
All right.
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Oh, go ahead.
All in favor,
Meeting adjourned. Thank you. April is Earth Month, when we celebrate Earth Day. And so we are trying to coordinate cleanups all around the district with our neighborhood associations.
Gloves and trash bags. That's amazing. That's awesome.
It's great. It's, absolutely something that is needed.
It's a great day to just come out and, really pick up trash, clean up our neighborhood, take pride in where we reside, and we're excited about it.
Our public works crew, even though we have, pretty large group of employees, they can't be everywhere. So we really depend on property owners and residents to, make sure the city stays clean. So great to see this. Perfect time of year, coming out of winter. Folks want to get things looking nice for the spring. Lots of, things that are popping up, weeds and things like that need to be cut back. So that's all get done out here this morning.